happy painting. I'm Carol. This is my buddy Squirt. We keep inviting him back. We don't know why. Sometimes he's very bad. We're going to do another floral painting today. Everybody loves these, so let's give this a try. Let me throw in a couple more leaves. I got a head start on leaves, but I saved a few. And I'll tell you about the background as we go. I see one right there. When I'm thinking of putting in a leaf, I first put in the stem, and I picture the leaf in my mind as a diamond or a kite. So once that I have the diamond there, I know that my first stroke is out here. And I always head to the base of the leaf. So it's 1, whoops, gotta have a little oil there, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. He's done. He's got a lot of oil on him too, I'll tell you that. Let's put another one right down here. So without drawing the diamond, it's in my mind. I know my first stroke's out here. 1, 2, 3. And 3 on the other side. I head to the stem. I don't have to go there, but I do have to head there. Okay. And then perfect doesn't count, so we're all set. I did tip a few of those leaves. I got a little turquoise on the brush. And I just run a little accent color up a few leaves. If you like your leaf, you leave it alone. If you don't like it, then you highlight it and you change it as you go. Okay, we're out of there. We have pansies here. That's what I have. So the next thing I want to do is base in the color on the pansies. And I'm thinking I'm going to use, this is floral paint, ultramarine blue and mauve. Makes a lovely color of a lovely shade of like lavender, and I'm putting oil in it because I have a dry canvas, so I got to put oil in everything. Oh, there's a bud back here. There's a bud back here. I've got a lot of oil on the paint right now because it's a dry canvas. So let's hope it don't start dripping down the canvas on me. That's happened before. Okay, Squirt, we got these little buds. Here's another little bud, another little happy bud. Yeah. Oh, why I'm filling in this color, let's talk about the background. First, I got these cans of spray paint. You can have a lot of fun with spray paint, I'll tell you. So I got cans of spray paint. I sprayed the canvas with kind of a blue-gray tone. Of latex spray paint. And then I let that dry. And then I ran outside and I cut a few leaves and greeneries off my probably wisteria or some such thing. And I brought all the greeneries inside because I did a whole bunch of canvases at the same time. And I laid the greenery on top of the canvas, and then I got out my can of white spray paint. Now I'm going to give it a very light spray of white spray paint so you can just see the pretty little leaves through. Now this one, as I was working, my spray paint can, started dripping, little white drips of paint off the edge of the nostril. So I says, oh, now what am I going to do? And I said, well, okay. As long as it's got a few little white drips, we'll make it have a whole bunch of white drips. So that's why we have that. And actually, it's a very nice effect. So priming a canvas like this for a floral is a pretty neat little trick. It works. Let's base in this. There's a big pansy back here. Oh, a huge one. So now I have to get a little crazy. A huge one. So this is one big, huge petal on that guy. Oops, there he is. Get the base color on. I make all the flowers we do the same. We start with a base. And it's usually a lot of oil in it, in the base. Then we add the shadow. Then we come back and stroke the petal. Always the same. It's a very easy technique to learn. And there is a patent to these pansies now, so you can get the sketch on your canvas before you start the paint. That keeps you out of trouble, I know. Keeps me out of trouble too. Right, Squirt? So this pansy is in back of the one in front of it. And all you can see is a few of the petals. This is an oil-based floral paint. It's nice and soft, kind of the consistency of butter. Very good paint. Comes in wonderful colors. Okay, I've got the back one done. Now I'm going to change. I want to make the color of the front one a little different. So I've mixed up some mauve and blue, but I put a lot of white in it. So this one's going to be, oh, what is that? That's a wonderful shade. A wonderful shade. So we're working in oil-based paint. We have to clean our brushes with odorless thinner. You got to get your odorless thinner from an art supply store. Don't buy it in the hardware store. You know, regular turpentine. That's nasty stuff. Stinks. Everybody in your house will move out. Because then again, you might want them to. Then I would suggest you start painting in the middle of the living room. Open up some turpentine. See how fast everybody moves out. Yes. Now I know how to get the kids to move out. You know, my kids grew up, they moved out. Now I have time to paint. I like it. Now I'm a grandmother. I'm happy. But I know how to get a teenager to move out of the house. You put a lock on the refrigerator. The reason teenagers stay home is for free groceries. Right, Squirt? It's the free food that does it. So I got a couple more little petals tucked in here I want to put a base on. Okay, we're off to a pretty good start. There's one more little guy right there. So, loosey-goosey, I'm not really worried about anything. Have you noticed? Okay. Perfect doesn't count. Is that okay? All right. We have our base coat on. Now we're going to put some shadow in these flowers. And the shadow for the lavender ones, I'm going to go straight into ultramarine blue. Ultramarine blue straight. And the shadow in the little buds lives right in the center. Right in the center there's a shadow in the little bud. So, put it there. Kind of feather it out a little. Maybe there's a shadow at the base too. Maybe. Maybe. We'll put one at the base too. So I'm just adding a shadows where you want to put them, where you see them. Oh, this guy. Let's put one on this guy. Okay. And inside. Feather it out a little. Okay, then there's the big one. The big one. So the shadow is going to come right out from the inside. And the shadow over here is going to come out from the inside. Yeah. Well, I hope you've been painting at home. Because I know you can do it. This is not a big secret, you know. It's just a little practice and a little technique. So I want you to give it a try. I know you can do it. Especially if the kids are grown and they've left the house. Perfect time for you to do what you've always wanted to do. Let's put the shadow in the other one now. And the shadow in that one, I think I'll just go to my, well, kind of like the lavender I was using before. Ooh, that's nice. That's nice. Little dark right in the middle. And I'm not being fussy. Fussy has nothing to do with it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, pansies have 5 petals. I think. I hope. Okay, got the shadow on. Now I'm thinking of just brushing it around a little. I got my little mop brush. This is picture 74, so if you send me a stamped self-addressed envelope, I'll mail you a materials list and directions. You can give it a try at home. Let me just brush that shadow out into the flower. See, I'm getting all set up to stroke in the petals. That's the fun part. Okay, let's come up to these guys. And get the shadow kind of feathered out. The direction that the petal goes into. All the strokes come from the center of the flower and fan out to the outside edge. That's the direction we're always going to work in. Smooth that out a little. Smooth these guys out a little. Okay. Let's go for these. How do they look? They're probably okay all by themselves. Alright. Gee, now we're ready for the pun pot. Let's see, I have a 1/2 inch floral brush. I think I'll start with that. Paper towel in my hand so I can wipe my brush off. And let's stroke in the buds first. Alright, we'll get the buds done. Always good to get the buds done. I have floral white, which is kind of a cream colored white, kind of an eggshell color. I have oil medium. I'm thinning the paint down as I go. Ooh, got a little alizarin jumped in there by accident. And let's stroke the back petals in first. The back petals in first. The back ones, the back ones, the back ones, the back ones. Reach out farther than you were before. And I don't care if green comes in there. Don't care at all. Let's get those little black ones in there. Now let's go for the front ones. And the first front one, I should start here and head all the way back to the back. Kind of get that done. I don't have to go back there again, I don't think. And the second front one, start here and almost go all the way to the back. And then the rest are easy. Just give it a little doop, doop, doop. And perfect doesn't count. That's good. I like this. That's my motto. Perfect doesn't count. Squirt. You think that's so? Huh? Let's get the back ones in first. Now pansies are easy to do, folks, because here's the secret. Pansies are all ragged and irregular. So how can you go wrong? Just kind of ragged's good. See? Ragged's good. You just head to the back of the flower. Don't have to go there, head there. So we'll get all these little buds done. We won't have to come back to them. They'll be like done. That's the back. We'll load the brush, go for the front. I have other floral pictures on my webpage. You might want to take a look at them. It's painteasy.com. Look me up. Send me email. I'd be so glad to get some email. Alright, that's a pretty little bud. We got one more bud. Let's knock it out. A big one down here. Now pansies come in all the most wonderful colors. You know, salmon, bronze, yellows, pinks. Oh, just great. So look at the fun you could have with this picture. Now we do the back petals first. We always paint what's farthest away from us first. And then we move forward. Let's see. First one, I take one long swipe. Oh, happy birds are singing. There's always something making noises here on the farm because we have geese and ducks and peacocks and chickens and horses and everything. So never a quiet moment in my yard. So this is the little front petals on this bud. Get this one back there. Okay, all right. Buds are out of the way. We always do what's farthest away first, so you know that we have to go for that one. That one's a far away one. Let's get it over with. I'm stroking down my floral white. I'm putting oil in it. I got a 1/2 inch floral flat, and I'm just going to stroke in these petals. I'm going to reach out, though, farther than I laid them in the first place. And if a little green comes popping in on you, you know I don't care. In fact, I like it. Okay? So, stress is over. Now that's a good petal, but you know what bothers me about that petal? That petal petal is too even. So let's rough it up. Okay, see? Let's make all the edges rough. That's hard to do, you know. After you get something all nice, you go back in and mess it up a little on purpose. It's hard to do, but it's good for you. Loosey-goosey. Reach out. Make it rough. Make it uneven so that it's not tight. You don't want your flowers to be tight. And you get a little more white on the tips, and it makes them stand out. Now, we're ready for the next one. The next one should be, let's start down here. And let's think ragged thoughts. Pansies are ragged. They are. Let's rag that in there. That was hard for me to do. Hard for me to paint messy. I want to be neat all the time, but neat, not too many neat flowers out there. They're kind of loosey-goosey, raggy, loosey-goosey. Put that petal in front of this petal just by getting a little highlight on it. This petal could have a little something on it. Okay, let me see. Do I like it? Let me see. I have to go 4 feet away to find out if I like it. Well, I don't think I can get that far away, so I guess it's okay. We only have one left to do. Oh my goodness, this is fun. One left to do, Squirt. What do you think? Huh? What do you think? I'm going to rinse my brush off, pull down some clean floral white, and I'm going to stick to this white, stroke this guy in. Where should we start? We should start in the back, right? Okay, there it is, there it is, there it is. Little green came with me. You know I like that. I like it, I like it, I like it. So I know you can do this. This is not all that hard. You get a lot of satisfaction out of florals. And your family's going to love them. Yes, they think that you worked ever so hard. I don't want you going around telling people that it was easy to do. That's our secret. Yeah. So let's, this one. Okay. This one. Gotta reach out a little. Gotta reach out a little. Yes. I love to be outside. I love to paint out in nature, my favorite thing. We take a trip up to Maine, to the woods of Maine every September to see the trees change. Oh, is it beautiful. It's also the last week of fishing season, so that's a good reason to go up there. We stay at a fishing camp up in the woods. And we have a painting workshop. I bring my students. We paint all week. We're doing moose and deer. Every morning you wake up and there's a moose on the lake in front of your cabin. And there's a family of loons on the lake. And there's an eagle nest across the lake. So every day we see the eagle. I'm playing around with this one now. Squirt, you've been pretty quiet. You're not interested in a peanut or anything today? Oh, what a tangled web we weave when we stroke the same spot too much. I stroke the same spot so much I have to go back and fix it. Let's pull that on. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's get this little back one here done. 5 petals and ragged. God, it's hard to do. Look, I made that one ragged. Okay, 1 petal left. And I can make that petal appear like it's standing out in front of the rest just by getting a little more clean white on my brush. Ooh, there it is. There it is. Gotta keep adding a little oil to the paint. Paint should roll on the canvas very smooth. You'll know if you have too much oil because it'll start rolling off the canvas as fast as you put it on. Then you know you got too much oil. We've all been there. Been there, done that. Made soup. Or made mud. Made a little mud too. Okay. Keep it ragged. Very hard to do. Very hard, very hard. Oh, let's see. Let's fix that little guy. He wanted to fight me there. When I'm done with a picture, I never tell anyone what all the problems were. If they like it, I just say thank you. I never say, oh, this didn't come out right and that didn't come out right. So everybody thinks I'm just great, huh? Because they don't know. That looks good. Now this here pansy, we have to do something to the middle of it. We have to give it its little fuzzy wuzzies. Take a little fill, but I've got some, oh, it's some alizarin and green. You know, red and green make brown. That's my little trick. And I'm just going to tap a little on there. And then I'll lighten it up a little and tap a little more. Ooh, don't want to be too light. Oh, oh, oh. Don't want to be too orange. Just a little something. And there might be, well, there might be, who knows, a speck in there. Okay, now I have time to play around and do what I call the fillers, the doofers. They do for anything. They fill up the page. Oh, I'll get my leaf brush out again. I want to show you some blades. I'll put a little turquoise into my leaf color. And I'll put a little oil in my leaf color. And I'll wipe my brush so the oil don't run up my arm. Alright. And suppose, I'm thinking, I start with the edge of the brush, go to the flat, go back to the edge. That's all I'm going to do. That's the whole plan. The edge, the flat, the edge. The edge, the flat, the edge. Oh, I could make that one better. The edge, the flat, the edge. See, if this brush doesn't shape up really fast, this brush gets thrown out. We pull another one up. Alright, those are my happy little blade leaves, so I better bring one out of here so that even it up. Okay. They're easy to do. I know you can do them. It takes a nice neat load on the brush. You got to have enough oil on the brush to carry it off. The edge, the flat, the edge. The edge, the flat. We'll bring that behind the flower. And let me fix this one up. And let me bring one up here. Edge, flat. Okay, pull it right in there. And maybe here. Well, here, where? Edge, flat. Okay, pull it in. Alright, and then the last thing I do, I take my liner brush, and these are really the doofers. These are the real doofers. I'm going to put some little, like, twiggy things in there. Take some sap green and alizarin. And I'm going to put some thinner in it to thin it out, and I'm going to put some oil in it to thin it out. And it's going to start to roll right off the palette, but that's okay. And I mix the paint up. I got the paint thin, thin, thin. Just like ink. Roll my little brush through there and say, well, let's put some little twiggy things. I like these little twiggy things. And it's your chance to practice. Practice your little twiggies for your landscape. And this is just a filler. It's a filler for your flower arrangement. I'm always in the backyard looking for little things I can fill my flowers with. I usually go for the boxwood bush. That's the best thing. But if I keep cutting it, poor little thing, I don't know. I don't know how it's ever going to recover. Okay, a few little doofers here and there. You can do them. I know you can. I put one in and then I put a few little extras on it for good luck. Squirt, shall we run one right over here near you? Huh? You haven't been any help at all today. No. Oh, I didn't even give Squirt a peanut today, did I? Here you go. Can't say that you didn't get it. All right. All right. Yes, flowers are one of my favorite things. They always come out good. And everybody leaves happy. Oh, maybe there's a few in here. You know, the problem with the doofers is I don't know when to stop. No, I just keep going on forever. So, I have to have one of my students in the room to say, stop already, stop. Okay, okay, I will. I just have to do one down here, that's all. I have to. I have to. Let's see, looks good. Now see that prepared background, that was fun, didn't that work? So you write to me and I'll explain how to do that to your canvas before you start a floral. Just tell me it's painting 74 so I know what we're talking about. And happy painting. I know you can do it. Have a wonderful time. Bye-bye now.